Welcome everybody to the 714 podcast. Today I got a very special guest, Vivika, in the studio. So please introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Vivika. I go by Viv sometimes, but I'm one of Shyam's friends. I've known him for 8 years. He's been one of my really good friends since I moved to the States from Shanghai. So a little bit about me. I'm of course Indian. I do art. I do graphic design. I dance also, and I'm a year younger than him. So
she's very fun and energetic to be around.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about today?
Anything really. Like, I'm really chill with anything. But how was your summer?
It was fun. Yeah. I went on 2 trips, like one to Seattle and Vancouver, and one to Hawaii just like last week.
That's really cool.
Yeah. How about you?
I went to New York and then I went to Italy. Italy is so pretty. Oh my God.
I know. It's amazing over there. What'd you do in New York?
Okay, so I took a summer intensive at Parsons in product design. So basically the class was like more on sustainability. So for our final project, we had to like make something sustainable. So what I chose to do was make a sustainable bamboo packaging for lip balm, because lip balm actually, like, you know how they're in like the really crappy oh my goodness.
Crappy.
Fuck. Plastic components.
Yeah.
So like that often ends up on the beach and it harms wildlife. So you can use a bamboo alternative, because technically bamboo is a grass. So if you cut it on the ground, it's technically not killing the rhizome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's also more sustainable. It grows up to like, I believe 24 inches a day, which is about 60 centimeters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. And like, what'd you do? Like, you had to make the whole product?
Yeah.
And they like gave you bamboo and stuff to work with?
No. I had to buy my own thing. So I bought the bamboo components. I made the prototype, and then like I did like a really cute rebranding of it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Like, what else did you do over there?
Of course, I went to Capri, which is so amazing. I actually discovered this new dope song. Can I play it?
I don't think so, because we might get copyrighted from that. So
it's called Playa by Baby K. It's amazing. But
check it out if you want.
Yeah. What about you? How was Maui?
It was fun. Like, I did scuba diving. I went with my family, and we did scuba diving, and had like, we rented a car too. So, and over there it's like very beautiful mountains and stuff. The greenery is amazing.
I know. I bet like the sushi there is amazing.
I didn't have sushi.
Oh, the fish.
Yeah, the fish.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did it give you Moana? Actually, no.
What happened?
Never mind. Fuck. No, it's like, I don't know. I would play like, is it bad to say I would play like How Far I'll Go?
I don't think so. No.
By Moana.
Like why would it be bad?
Because it's like Hawaiian vibes, it's Polynesian vibes.
Yeah,
like,
so.
I love that song so much.
Okay.
I'd play that as like my hype song to Hawaii. So much, so.
Yeah, Hawaii was fun.
I've been to Oahu, but that's about it. I mean, not about it, but it was like the Disney resort. It was many years ago, like 2013, I think. But it was, I could live in Hawaii if I ever wanted to.
Yeah.
So can I delve into another topic?
Yeah.
So today I kind of wanted to talk about like the social media aspect of everything, because I feel like sometimes, while social media does have a really, really good outreach, like you can literally, I can keep in touch with so many of my friends, like my friends from India, my friends from Zug, Switzerland, my friends from Ukraine. Shout out to you, Irina, if you're going to be listening to this. But I think it also has a negative impact, because in today's society, in at least this generation, like anxiety levels have peaked to the max because of social media, and it's also been known to cause like depression and stuff like that, which is really sad. And I think there's a way to combat it. I think it's powerful, but it's also a tool that can easily be mishandled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Especially with the younger generation.
Yes.
And what do you think is causing that?
I think sometimes it creates FOMO, aka the fear of missing out, because you see like everyone having like these amazing lives. Like, I don't know, if you look I deactivated my Instagram, but like if you look, like it's always like girls in bikinis, like girls like on the beach living their best lives with their best friends on Coachella, which there is nothing wrong with that. But I feel like people have to realize that's only like 1 second of someone's life, because God knows whatever happened. Also, you don't know if she was sad. You don't know what happened to her, or anything like that. And I think that's really,
they just like post for the moment, like just what happens like in a certain time frame, not like every day.
Yeah, like
so.
I know people who will literally just go out just for Instagram. There are literally places, I'm actually kind of guilty of this, but there is literally this, I don't know if it's there anymore, but in Soho there was like this pop-up shop that was literally just meant for Instagram posts.
Damn. That's crazy.
It's actually it was fun. It was pretty, but it's just literally that.
Yeah.
But also what I feel like it creates is like an unrealistic expectation of how someone should look like. And it creates this idea of like body dysmorphia, and that's not, and I feel like and being the fact that we're so young, we're easily impressionable, and I feel like this has started, I feel like because of like Kim K, because every time like there's always this ideal body type, and it's been changing for so many years, and that's like, but then like when you wait, and then people go and get plastic surgery, but then it's always changing. Like in the 90s, it was like such a huge thing to be like super, super thin. And now today it's, I don't know, slim thick.
I don't know what you call that.
I don't know. It's like Kim K, like big boobs, big ass, tiny waist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And then basically like that's not, and basically because of that, and I feel like you waste all this money when the next trend is just going to come and pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's why like I think social media has created like followers of that people just only follow the thing that's trending, and that even though they're not like that's not themselves, they try to be like other people when you should just be yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes they're always like, I feel like sometimes we also have to hide our flaws, and that's not something we should hide, because I feel like sometimes we're always going to be judged for that, and that's not something that's okay. Okay, cool. I think what it also does is sometimes it actually creates more peer pressure.
Explain.
Basically, because you feel like you have to bandwagon. Like, look at all the drama with James Charles. Everyone kept flipping sides when there was more evidence. Like, everyone was on Team Top T first, and then everyone was on Team James Charles, and everyone was on Team Jeffrey, and everyone was on Team this. Everyone basically bandwagons, and then you're more likely to succumb to peer pressure. Or sometimes you feel like you're more likely to succumb to doing things like juuling, even though it's like, no hate to anyone who does it, but if you don't feel comfortable doing something like that, then that is completely up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that.
All right. And that's true. Yeah.
And then what about the education system?
The education system, like what do you think about it?
I think sometimes it's useful but useless. Like, while we understand that we have to know basic algebra, and that's going to be utilized in today's society, but sometimes I feel like we need to learn other things. Like, do you know how to pay taxes? Do you know how to buy a house with a mortgage?
Yeah, but like most people don't.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then what about like, do you know what laws there are?
What laws?
Or like, do you know all your human rights?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Not sure if everybody knows all that stuff, but I guess that's important to know, rather than like,
the quadratic formula. No, do you still remember it?
I don't think so. No. Like, I know it's like b or something, like b,
plus or minus the square root of b squared times minus 4ac all over 2a.
Yeah.
I spent most of my life trying to know that. Okay. You're probably like, fuck that, I'm totally out of here. You know what? Speaking of education, how do you feel about being a freshman?
I'm looking forward to it. Like my school starts in like 1 week. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had to take business calculus too. So.
Fuck. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. Like, it's only 1 semester though, and I only had to take 1 math class. So that's a good thing.
But, yay! But seriously, no. But you're probably like so happy that you're done with high school.
Yeah. Like, if I had to go back to high school like this year, I wouldn't go.
That.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
I mean, I still have another year of high school, and basically, I mean, I'm looking forward to going to college. I mean, like, I still have to apply and shit, but
I know that right
I'm
there.
so
That's
scared.
a killer right there. You're gonna be so busy like in the fall, like right now. It's
I know
so
it's like
busy.
it's so bad. I haven't even like. I mean, I started my Common App essay, and then it's actually really funny because I thought I was writing about something that was super cool, and then it turns out I wasn't, because the admissions director of a certain college, I'm not going to say which one, but it's based in Dallas, so I think everyone knows who it is. Basically, he was like, you lived in Shanghai for 8 years, so what? Like, and I was like, I don't know anything about you. This is the most boring essay I've ever written. I'm like, okay,
Damn.
shit, it's okay. But it's like they're trying to help you, so I totally understand why.
Yeah. I mean, you should just ask your sister. Like, she knows all this stuff.
I mean, yeah, but she's kind of busy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, she has like 20 tests to take because she's working. Oh, yeah, by the way, I have an older sister. Her name is Nikki. She's working at Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, shout out to her. If she's probably
Hey,
watching this.
No, she's taking like all these tests, like the 79. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's like some investment banking test, but I know a little bit about banking because of her. But what I want to do is become a graphic designer. So in case, if you ever need a designer or someone as your marketing director, no, what am I saying? Creative arts director, then please, you know who to
Hit
call.
you up, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but honestly, what was the most like? Were you stoked when you found out that you got into college? I mean, everyone is, but were you like, holy shit?
Yeah, well, like for a little bit, and then like, well, like I didn't get into like the top colleges, but other than that, like I was stoked to come to this college. Like,
I know you're so close, also, so
Yeah.
I'm really happy. So you can come to all of the events and have a shit ton of fun.
I know. Yeah.
Also, but a lot of my friends I know are taking loans.
And that
I don't even understand how student debt has gotten so ugly, but I think what I've seen is I feel like it started, actually, I think it started during the time of Sputnik, when like people were starting to come in to colleges. I feel like that's when it started, because like, remember the USS?
That's when like most people started, like the government started forcing people, or like not forcing, but like sort of telling them that they should go to college and get higher education.
Yeah, because of the whole space race with USSR and US, and there was more like STEM-based classes. There was all this stuff, and I feel like, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like that's what caused it, and because of this, like all this debt has accumulated over time because of our system. But I think I just don't understand, because I've seen, like, I know people, it takes them like 40 to 10 years to like get rid of their student debt, and that's really,
I know.
And that's like such a bummer, because it's just like you can't live a life. It's like that. I don't know.
With that much debt, like you're gonna have to pay that off like over, like when you're trying to make money, like, and your first job out of college isn't gonna be that great, and you got to start by paying debt every month.
I'm not looking. Hopefully, knock on wood, that I don't get anything that accumulates that much, but God knows.
Yeah.
Anyways,
In my opinion, like I think the debt, like student debt, just started like within the like past 10 years. That's when it's grown the most.
I think so, yeah. They call it, it's like a millennial problem, and I feel like that's just something that older generations don't get. Because back then, you could probably buy, like, I mean, a piece of candy back then. You could buy like 10 pieces of candy
that's
for
inflation.
like 10 cents.
Yeah.
Like they don't get the fact, like you could probably buy this whole fucking building for like $1 million back then.
This building's like 30 million now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just something because of how big it is, and because they think, oh, we're lazy, that we're entitled to things, when we actually had the same, maybe even the same problems back then.
And like I think the demand for college has increased.
Oh yeah.
And that's why like they just keep raising the prices, because like people are just gonna pay it anyway. Like they're gonna take loans out. Like people would like banks will just give you the loan. Like if you just say it's for college, they'll give it to you. If you're trying to start like a business, the same way, if you ask a bank for a loan, they won't give it to you right away. They'll check like credit and all this and all the other stuff to make sure. But for student loans, it's way easier to get the loan.
Okay. I think it's also colleges have gotten a lot more competitive because of the Common App.
How?
Because now you have so much access. It's a blessing and a curse. Well, it's so much easier. You don't have to fill out an application, but you do. But it's just within a click of a button. That means it's more easier to access it. It's more easier to apply. And because of that, there's more demand for it.
Yeah.
Therefore, acceptance rates go lower. And actually, can I bring up an important topic?
Sure.
So I feel like within the first few years, the UC system has gotten a lot more competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And this is because I feel like because a few years ago, the UC system was like, oh, we're going to raise our tuition. But then most of us protested that they're like, please don't raise our tuition. And basically that's because they've been accepting more out-of-state students because they want to compromise or like even out the fact that they didn't raise their tuition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't know. So basically, I feel like that's also one of the reasons why the UC are much harder to get into because of the cheaper tuition. Like my friend goes to UCLA though, so shout out to USAV. But but it's like so much harder. It's a 14% acceptance rate. So
that's crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like what I heard is that I really liked was like back in like 2000 the like UCLA tuition was like only like $3,000.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then now it's like 30,000 plus per semester or like per year. I don't know exactly how much, but
I think it's 12,000.
Yeah, it's like but 30,000 a year, right? Pretty sure.
I think it's 12,000. I think it's 30,000 for out of state kids. You know what? Can I look it up?
Yeah, it says in state is 12,000 and then out of state, 39,000. That's
shit.
That's crazy.
Like, also, can I actually talk to you about something really funny? So I was actually one time I was in Connecticut for a bit, and we were looking at New York City, like private elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to name this one school, but guess what the fucking tuition was? $50K.
For
an
a year?
Elementary school.
For 1 year?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
it's USC tuition.
I know.
Like, what
for elementary school.
Yeah. Well, it was like K through 12, but
okay.
still, it's like.
Yeah, that's still
that's
too
ridiculous.
Much.
I mean, it's new. I think mainly I feel like schools also charge because of tuition. No, not tuition. What am I saying? Location.
Yeah.
Like I feel
Wait, that school was like in New York City.
New York City, like Manhattan, the Manhattan Bureau.
Oh, okay.
I mean borough. Sorry, but I'm like, what the. It was really
50,000 a year. Imagine paying that for like your like a small little
tuition.
kid.
That's like Reed. No, not Reed. Like, but like expensive ass school tuition. Yeah. And then I think that was interesting too. But sometimes.
But like, probably they get like some financial aid and stuff too.
Of course, but I feel like. Okay. Also, so Shyam.
What?
So a lot of people sometimes I feel like in Europe they do free college. Did you know that? Free college,
yeah.
Not like free college, but like if you're like applying from the Netherlands to the UK, you do have to pay because I have a European friend. She can confirm this. Like if you go, say if you're Italian and you apply to Bocconi University in Milan, like that tuition I think is free, I believe.
I don't know. Like if they do that's great for Italy and like countries who do that.
I think Scandinavia does it.
Okay.
So
I mean, that's good that they provide that for people, but at the same time, like you look at the US and you see the population difference, and that's why I think it's harder to get that over here. Like that's my opinion.
I think that's why too, but I want to talk about this. How to travel. Have you ever been to Europe, Shyam?
Yeah.
Favorite? Okay, what's your favorite city? In Europe.
Like favorite?
Yeah.
It's probably London.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Best really good Indian food, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. And Nando's. Check out Nando's.
Oh my god. Well, no, they have it in DC.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm not gonna go all the way over there. Rather just go to London.
Yeah, London. Also, best Indian communities I've ever seen. Incredibly diverse. I think it's one of the coolest cities because they know how to mix old with the new. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's historical, but it's modern at the same time. And I think and also I just love British accents.
All right.
I'm sorry. Like, I one time met this when I was in camp. Like, I met this girl from London, and I would literally love. I just love the way they talk. I love the way they said my name. I was like, it was like I can't do it, but it was like Vivika, and I was like, oh my god, please say my name over and over again.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about how not to be an idiot in Europe.
How not to be an idiot?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes, like, not all Americans do this, but sometimes, like, what I have observed, oh god, I don't know, it's just sometimes I feel like we are, like, sometimes people, I remember when I told people that I was going to Rome, everyone was like, oh my god, Rome's so dangerous, Rome this, Rome that, but I'm like, as long as you're not a fucking dumbass, then you're gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, you have to be weary of pickpockets, and the fact is that most European, like, people who are pickpockets tend to pry on Americans because we don't exactly have the best reputation abroad. Mm-hmm. And my friends who are international have told me this. Like, we don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they probably, like, pickpocket, like, any tourist, really.
Yeah, but I feel like they pick on us the most because we're the most easiest spot.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because, like, we're loud. We're obnoxious. Please, when I was in this one store...
That's a generalization, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's not true. I mean, not all of us are that way, but sometimes... I mean, okay, great. Fuck.
Just... It's okay.
Okay, not all of us are like that, but sometimes that's, like, what they think of... I feel like that's what they think of us, that we're loud, we're obnoxious, we're entitled. That's what they think of us. Mm-hmm. That's just... Like, that's, like, what I have been told.
In your opinion, that's what you think.
And that's also what I have been told.
Okay.
Like, from European friends, like, the people I've met. Mm-hmm. That's, like, what they think of Americans. Also, they think we're, like, immature as hell, but...
Sure.
But, basically, I think one of the things is, if you want to you have to, like, understand that in Europe, everything moves at a much slower pace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was in Paris, it took me... Like, didn't it take forever for them to, like, get our food out?
Yeah, but, like, the conversation was good, so it didn't feel like that much.
I know, but it just, like, I'm sorry, but if you're really hungry, you can't just...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's much slower paced, like, like, after work, are you good?
Yeah.
Good? All right.
There's my water.
Okay. But, like, I forgot what I was talking about. But, yeah, slower paced. Especially in European countries and other countries in general. Like, if you go to, like, New York, everybody's, like, busy. Like, they don't even have time for anything, really. Like,
sometimes I notice that people, and sometimes I actually do appreciate that a lot more, because I feel like in today's world, we're so rushed to do everything. And sometimes I feel like, I mean, I have a really bad problem. I'm sorry about that. But sometimes I feel like we always tend to, like, multitask, when I feel like that makes you worse. And I have to admit, I'm working on trying not to, and just focusing on one thing at a time. And I think that's why, like, the European lifestyle is much slower pace, is because, like, when they drink their coffee, they drink their coffee. They don't, like, go to the car and drink. Because I've noticed people do that. Or, like, they don't, like, do that, like, you know how in In-N-Out you have that cart?
Like, like the tray?
Yeah, like that you can eat in your car. I don't think they have that at their McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't think so. And, like, after work, like, all the bars are, like, filled, and, like, people just, like, sit down and eat, and, like, they're not trying to go home right away. Like, they relax, like, outside and stuff. And that's what I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
They also smoke a lot, so.
Yeah, that's so true. I remember seeing these girls from a European country, and they had literally a whole pack of cigarettes. And I was like, I didn't think cigarettes, I mean, I knew cigarettes were a thing, but I didn't think they were as big as they used to be because of everything. Like, you know, all the, like, advertisements that you see everywhere. You know, like, tobacco does this at this. But in some countries in Europe, weed is legal.
That's good. For medical use, that it helps people stay calm, you know.
But I think that's really cool. I just don't understand, like, sometimes why weed isn't, like, legal everywhere else in America. I mean, like, I'm not... I love how you're just, like, in the back being like, yes, preach it. I'm not promoting, like, if you don't want to smoke, that's on you. No one really cares if you... I'm, like, personally not a smoker, but I just genuinely think, like...
People should have the freedom to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's more, like... I think that's more important, because I feel like, yeah, weed can fuck you up but there is such a thing as too much of a good thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that's what my stance
with limits. It's better.
Yeah, exactly. And medical, no, what's it called? CBD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's the medical use one, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But, like, that's, like, more of, like, oils and lotions, and, like, they could even make it into, like, a drink and stuff. There's, like, CBD water.
Because,
like, it won't get you high, though. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, because, like, I feel like if you, like, try and make something illegal, people will do stuff to, like find illegal ways, and God knows what the hell that thing is laced with. And that's just my... I
mean, that's what people have been doing. Like, before, like, weed was legal. They've been doing it, like, under the table.
No, it's just, but wouldn't you rather have, like, cleaner access to it?
Yeah.
And then, what if it's, like...
Like at a dispensary or something.
Yeah, or something like that. But that's just my personal idea. And I feel like people have, like, a bad idea of, like, people who smoke. I feel like there's, like, this really...
stereotypes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Stereotypes. Like, I feel like everyone thinks, like, people who smoke weed are thugs, or, like, anything like that. But when I know friends who are smokers who do smoke weed, and they are not thug-ass. I know rich people who smoke weed. I know people who smoke weed of all races, ages, everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, there's that. Yeah.
And, like, Canada is also another country that, like, recently legalized weed. What do you think about that?
I love Canada, and good for them, honestly.
Yeah.
I love I do love Canada. Canada is, like... I know
that Toronto is, like, one of my favorite cities of all time. Like,
because of Drake?
No, but, like... Drake is amazing, but just the city, like, I love the city. All the people are nice. It's just amazing.
I love Vancouver.
Yeah, I just went there, like, a couple weeks ago.
How'd you like it?
It was fun. Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
They have a Nando's over there too. So I was at the Nando's.
I feel like Nando's is like your kryptonite.
Yeah, it is. Like that peri peri chicken with the hot sauce.
I know, like, some people who, like, always get, like, the peri... You know you can buy the peri peri sauces.
Yeah.
I know people who, like, will smuggle that shit back home.
You could buy it here.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. At some stores, like, my mom gets it sometimes, but it's amazing.
No, I like the lemon one.
Do they have a lemon one?
Or was it... No, lime. Sorry, lime. And the zesty one. I like my little zesty.
I know there's, like, mild, medium, and then, like, hot, and then extra hot, and... I don't know about the lemon one, but I get the hot one.
I prefer... Oh, whoops. Sorry. I prefer I like more of mine with the tangy flavor, so I always like those. But you know what else? Who else makes really good fried chicken?
Who?
Koreans.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Korean fried chicken?
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I, like... Really funny story. I took my friend out, one of my friends out. She had Korean food for the first time, and I took her out to KFC, aka Korean fried chicken, and she was like, "And
Korean fried."
What?
That's a good one.
That's a KFC. That's like my new one.
Okay.
That's the new KFC, by the way.
All right.
Okay, so basically, I think they're like, oh my God, this is so good. And I'm like, yeah, obviously. Because, like, don't they double fry it or something? Or batter fry it or something?
I don't know how they cook it, but it's delicious.
And then I love kimchi with it. Which apparently someone told me it had 0 calories.
Not sure about that either, but if it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. I also... KFC. Okay. So I just wished that, like, wait, they haven't. I'm pretty sure they also have a Nando somewhere else. Like
they don't have it on the West Coast here.
I wish they did. I think they have one in
They don't even have Waffle House over here. I want.
Yeah,
Waffle
that's
House.
for that. They have one all over the South.
and the East Coast too.
Yeah, I remember the first time I went to Waffle House was in Fredericksburg, Virginia. I was driving down from DC to Richmond to see a friend, and basically, they're like,
best customer service. Like,
oh
it's
yeah,
so good.
no, it was
And
so
the food.
funny because like, they were like, this isn't so. We were telling the waiter, oh, this is our first time, and then the guy was screaming like, this is their first time. Give them warm welcome. It was like embarrassing, but also really funny. We were given like those little hats, you know, when you're like really young, and then you would wear those like captain hats.
Yeah,
I would get one of those.
House, yeah.
I still have them to this day, actually.
Damn, that's cool.
What about your first experience?
What, like my first experience was in Kansas City.
Missouri?
No, Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, it's like right on the border, but yeah. But like our hotel was like right in front of a Waffle House, and so like at night I was like it was like midnight, and they're, you know how they're open like 24 hours basically,
Yeah.
and there were still people in there, and then I went in there and I ordered waffles and like hash browns, probably one of the best waffles I've ever had, and the pecan. If you get the pecan waffles, like they could do half and half too. It's amazing.
I swear. I actually kind of like. Wait, that's the South, right?
It's like the Midwest.
Yeah, South.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people from that area are so friendly.
Yeah, they are.
I'm like, wow, okay.
But like, it depends.
I don't know. Like, everyone, I remember being in Richmond and being like, everyone was like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And being so genuine. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little, like,
It's also like much slower lifestyle over there too. Like,
I like that
in Europe,
though.
like the same thing, like much slower pace than like a city lifestyle.
For sure. I mean, would you ever want to live in the South?
I would, but for a little bit, but not. I lived in, or like I was in Atlanta for like a couple weeks, and it was fun. Like I had my cousins over there.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Like, I know someone who goes to school in Georgia Tech in Atlanta, and like, I mean, she really, I can tell that she really likes it though, because like, I think it's much more genuine. That's the thing. I don't know, but that's just me. But I do think that I feel like Californians don't have a good reputation abroad, like in America.
Why do you say that?
Because all my friends from like Florida, they're like Californian. Everyone thinks like Californians, like from a Floridian perspective, from a Virginian perspective, from all perspective, people think like we're socialists, like liberals.
I mean, that's again like a stereotype.
Exactly, and we're not.
And you can make that about like anybody. Like you can't just generalize people based on like certain things. But again, like California is a liberal state, but like not everybody is liberal.
Yeah, I know. We live in a red dot.
Like here in Orange County.
Yeah. I go to a right-wing Catholic school. Trust me, not everyone here is liberal. And then I feel like people, I don't know, I feel like sometimes everyone just shits on us because of Coachella. That's why. Like everyone, no, it's like something that I feel like, I mean, would you ever want to go to Coachella?
No. Like if I was invited like for free, like I wouldn't pay.
I don't know. I feel like Coachella.
Like if I was sponsored to go there, I would go. But like, there are just too many people, and like, it's just. I mean, it's probably fun to see all the artists and stuff, but I don't know if it's worth like that much money to go. I
mean, I really like it because of the cute outfits that I get to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so much fun. I mean, I like to dress up because I don't really. And also have a lot of fun. I like to wear flower crowns and like have fun. But sometimes I feel like people are like, Coachella was a life-changing experience. And I'm like,
no.
You just listen to Ariana Grande sing No Tears Left to Cry. Okay, calm the F down.
Yeah.
But I do think that like, I feel like sometimes like, I feel like it's just, like if you've ever seen the Coachella pictures, I feel like they're just embarrassing. To an extent.
How?
Because like the poses you do, I mean, like I totally get it. You're in somewhere that's cool, but they're so extra, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to be extra. Are you kidding me? But like I see all these YouTube videos basically making fun of Coachella posts, and it's just like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it just goes back to like the social media thing, like that people just post just for like that moment that they're having fun.
I think it's just like sometimes I feel like it's just an Instagram thing, because I feel like back then without like social media, I feel like it was just for the, for the music, for the vibes, you know what I mean? It was just a community to get people together, and now it's become so commercialized and stuff. But I feel like,
well, like now there's money involved.
Yeah, sponsored trips. Like, I mean, I feel like sometimes like that's not what it is at all. Like, it's crowded. Like, sometimes even the food isn't even that good. Like, trust me, like you would probably get food poisoning, like eating the chicken there
At Coachella.
Yeah, I know someone who did get food poisoning, and they had to like go, so they called it Coachella.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful over there too. Like, you could have like your phone stolen and stuff like that.
I'm
too.
so paranoid about that.
Yeah. Just like too many people in one place.
I don't know. If you're claustrophobic, don't go. And if you're short, don't go, because you're gonna get like, how do I say it? Completely
stampede.
Yeah, stampeded against, because
I don't know if
like
that's a word, but like stampeded.
I just have to have a really tall person like lift me over their shoulders.
Yeah, so you could
see everything.
Sure.
Because like I'm 4'11", okay?
Okay.
So there's that. And then like, okay, if there was any concert you could go to, which one would you go to?
Like I'd say either like a Drake or like Migos or Kanye. Yeah, or Travis Scott too.
Travis.
But like not like, I want it like a concert, not like a event like Coachella, like where there are multiple artists. I'd rather go to just like one like concert.
Okay, what do you think of the new song Money in a Grave?
It's amazing. Rick Ross, Drake.
Where the fuck do I even really start? Wait, is that the words?
Yeah. That's like the beginning.
I like that. I love that so much, though. I'm super embarrassing, because in my school we get to do this thing called senior parking spots.
Yeah.
So do you know the Drake mixtape that was like, oh, if you're reading this, it's too late?
Yeah.
So I did, if you're reading this, I'm late, in the Drake font.
Damn, that's dope though.
That's actually it was funny. Like, some people got the reference, some people didn't. I was like, okay.
Well,
it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
Drake's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
What concert would you go to?
I don't know. I would love to go, I think. No, City Girls. City Girls or Lizzo. Mm-hmm. I love them. Oh my god. If you need to listen to Act Up and Twerk with Cardi B, of course. And then Lizzo. Do you know the song Truth Hurts?
Yeah. I mean, it's on the radio.
Could have had a bad bitch. Non-committal. I love her. She's so uplifting. She's so positive. She's so confident. She's honestly a queen. Mm-hmm. I love her so much. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Anything else?
What about, okay. What do you think of
what?
Marshmello? Or like Lil Nas X?
Marshmello's good. Like he's like a DJ, right? He produces and stuff. He has different artists on. But Lil Nas X, like, to me, he's just like still a one-hit wonder.
Like
he was just on the cover of Time magazine.
Shit.
So that's crazy.
Good for him though, honestly.
Like,
but
he knew how to like market his music well. And on Twitter, he's like popping, dude. He has like over like 100,000, 200,000 likes on every tweet.
What about did you hear the new song with him and Marshmello, One Thing Right by Kane Brown?
I haven't heard
It's
it.
really good.
No.
You need to listen. It's kind of like you know how he and Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus collabed? Made a country cop crossover. It's like that, but it's like really good because it has more, because I do like the beats that he produces.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes you really, it's like one of my favorite driving songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. And yeah, Marshmello, and it's killing it still. And Lil Nas X, let's see what other songs he could make, because I mean, if he continues to make music and stuff, then that's good.
Okay. You know how we were talking about Drake?
Yeah.
I know it's kind of cold tea, but like, what did you think about Drake getting kicked out of the thing? Like,
Wait,
you
what
know,
happened?
like when the Golden State Warriors versus Raptors,
Yeah.
and you know how he got kicked out?
I don't think he got kicked out.
I thought he did.
No. Like he never came to to Oakland for their games. Like he never came to the Oracle Arena. He was only in Scotiabank, like in Toronto.
Oh, but I thought he wasn't like allowed because he kept touching everyone.
No, they didn't. Well, like I don't know if like the NBA like said something about it, but like he still came to every game, like courtside. So
Honestly, it was so funny. It's like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, he was like massaging like the coach Nick Nurse on like for a little bit, like because he's just excited, man. Like his city, like Toronto wasn't like this like 20 years ago. Like it wasn't like people were just focused on America. Like they didn't have their own culture, and that's why like I think Drake really like brought that up for them. Like he represents the city. That's why they call him the Sixth God.
Isn't Toronto like 6?
6 like boroughs.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So that's why he's always saying like you have to represent like Canada because like they didn't have this before.
And everyone shits on Canada.
Yeah.
Also, you know, all the stereotypes, boo this shit and that
Like
stuff.
they're nice. They're like overly nice.
Or like, but I feel like people think like Drake put Canada on the map when in reality, like there are so many other famous Canadian celebrities. Celine Dion, Seth Rogen, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, but like, in my opinion,
Shawn Mendes.
Drake like really talked about it more than them. Like they didn't really say anything. Like they'll tell you that they're from Canada, but like Drake really brought it to light. Like with even the Raptors, like his OVO is on like the Toronto Raptors. He's gonna purchase the logo on there for the jerseys.
That'd be really. My dad, I think, would probably.
I'd
do
rep
that.
the 714 though.
Yeah.
Rep the 714.
Costa Mesa or California.
Orange County.
Yeah, Orange County, baby.
Yep. All right, is that all?
Is there anything else you would like to?
I think we covered everything.
I
right?
think so too.
All right, I guess that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. And shout out to Vivika for coming on.
Okay.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.